YouTube had the first major issue with the H22, and it's not really the engine itself. So I had put this AEM fuel rail on the car, and these are the same injectors, everything. Let me move that clip from before. And I had to get a new O-ring last night because this one, my rail came loose. I don't know how. I just had to rewire the injectors and everything was tight. That was literally like 2 weeks ago. I just cleaned up the injector wiring a little bit, wrapped everything so they didn't touch, because I had an issue where this injector touched, the two wires touched because they were kind of not wrapped too well, and it flooded the engine. So I kind of had to deal with that. Then let's see what else. That's about it. But last night the rail was so loose that this injector blew the O-ring. This one blew the O-ring. So got a new O-ring on that one. And now these two are leaking. So I have to take the whole rail off, and I'm just taking off all this stuff. But stock rail, never had an issue. Oh, also, check this out. I mean, it's kind of getting a little beat up, but oh wow, it's getting a lot of little beat up from bouncing around. I'm gonna have to mount that somewhere. But yeah, I need a new fuel filter. I don't know, guys. Just working slowly, trying to get stuff done. But yeah, this car's pissing me off today. Mostly because I had to call into work and blah, blah, blah. I'm not really making any money. I need a better job. My business is kind of taking a hit from COVID. So I've been working this night job since I started. And it's really my building that I work in, like, I would just clean for a couple $100, you know. It's just like 4 hours a night. Quick, easy night job, you know. Work on my business during the day. And now at this point, my building's closed and they have me driving all over the place, and this happened. So it's like, really, I don't know if I want to do this very much longer for $400, you know. So anyway, it was just to keep me afloat, pay my internet and stuff like that. Just a little stuff, your phone bill, all that. So I had money to try and save for parts, and most of the saved money went to that guy. It's almost ready though. I actually have to do a couple things to that still, but working on it. I'm actually gonna throw away all the wiring. I'm done with all this, and I'm just gonna keep whatever I can for the truck, like the original stuff for the truck, and I'm gonna actually put a Holly on this once I get my taxes, because gosh, they've been taking forever. I might not even get them this year, but anyway, this just want to put a Terminator X because it has a turbo 400. So I figure we'll do a Terminator X and just plug and play it rather than dealing with all this BS. We can just delete it and plug and play, and it's aftermarket computer. Don't have to worry about ECUs. Don't have to worry about any of that. It's the $1,000 system that solves it. And then if I put the cam in there, I can just retune it. It'll be super easy. So Holly is going to be where I'm going with the truck. That's why I'm not buying any mods for this, because this car right now, it was either buy a 4.64 final drive and then an LSD and build this Accord Trans up to be more like a Type R gear set with the 464, and then have limited slip so this wheel spins. And that didn't work out because I started pricing it out and everything, and it's just like, well, my car will be down, the truck's not running. It's easier for me to do the Terminator because ultimately, like I told my brother, if I did want to just throw a turbo on this truck too, I could make 700 really easy, 600 really easy. These motors are built pretty well from the factory. They got the same kind of style head gasket as my Honda does, the multi-layer steel. So there's that, guys. So maybe one day. And plus, this is my grandpa's, so great-grandpa's. But anyway, I'm going to get to taking off the rest of this stuff and trying to get this rail off so I can try and diagnose my issue. I'll be back in a little while. Alright, YouTube, I'm back. And so the issue, well, I kind of got to get this top hat out first. Top hat is stuck. The issue I'm having is, this is the one that went bad. As you can see, I put a new O-ring on it. And these ones were leaking now too, but they weren't leaking because of the top O-ring. They were leaking because of this top hat, which this is the one that's stuck. But if you look, focus on something. Well, if you see that little gap there, what I did was I went and I grabbed these, because these are brand new O-rings from the AEM fuel rail, and I'm putting them to fill that little gap so there's no little like flex. Watch, I'll show you guys. And these are $100 injectors, so get what you pay for. You can kind of see it's moving back and forth. And this one I just did, and as you can see, it's moving, but it's tighter. Like this is actually a lot tighter of a seal because it has that little gap completely filled. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I'm just trying to make sure my car will make it around town. I might just push that one back in, because if it's not coming out, that means it's pretty sealed. So hopefully we'll see what happens. Anyway guys, I'll be right back. Well, it's the next day, and so far we have no leaks. I mean, we're doing pretty good. Kind of happy, but I gotta go get some E. And it's getting cold, so the E85 cold start kind of starts to suck. I might change my plugs out to a slightly warmer plug, because these are technically my old turbo plugs. And I should probably go to a slightly warmer plug just so it'll hopefully combust the E85 a little better. Go to some 7s, because I just have my old 8s from when turbo. Yeah,